Kia ora, boys and girls, welcome back to the channel. So we're back with Chapter 2, Map 2 of Mixed Emotion, this month's Cavalier event quest in Marvel Contest of Champions. And we're going to bring a skill-based team along with Doctor Doom and Tigra. So this map is all about skill defenders, not as in like, I'm the two noob type, as in skill defenders get a lot of rewards. And actually, I think the perfect counter. So let's just go through the nodes, and I'll tell you who I think the perfect counters are. Um, Skill attackers will prevent defenders evade if they have disorient, incinerate, or shock. Who does that sound like to you guys? I don't know about you, but that is Night Thrasher. So if you have a 5-star rank 4 Night Thrasher, or you've pulled a 6-star Night Thrasher, he is going to be fantastic for this because skateboard attacks can't evade. He's got shock. He's got incinerate. Basically, you're going to have a field day in this map. My Night Thrasher is only rank 3, so I'm going to use a different option. If you prevent the defender from evading, you get an indefinite fury buff. That gives you 35% attack, up to obviously 350%. And the defender has a 50% chance to evade. So basically, it's kind of like, okay, so long as you stop them evading, like say you've got Nick Fury or you've got Night Thrasher, then you're going to be absolutely fine. But what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to use your boy, your favorite. Everybody's got someone in his roster that they absolutely need, they absolutely love, and that person is Karnak. Karnak, the most useful champion you will ever see. And most people are just like, oh man, why did I pull Karnak? Well, you pulled Karnak for this precise day. This is the day you need him. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this line. I'm going to actually clear it with Karnak because he's got a true strike on his SP1, which means he's going to stop the guys evading. I can quickly build up to 10 charges, and then I'm going to go absolutely mad with an SP2 or an SP3 and finish them off. And then we're going to meet at the boss. At the boss, I've brought in two different types of people. I've brought in Tigra and Doom, two different kinds of Mystic, because the boss, if we go back, is this guy here who looks like Spock. I don't know who he is, but he looks like Spock from Star Trek. So yeah, I'm basically going to bring in Doom and Tigra depending on what kind of cosmic he is, whether he's more reliant on power gain or more reliant on buffs, and we'll figure out a way around him. So I'm going to clear the line and we'll meet back at the boss. Alright team, so we're back at the boss. We're a little bit worse for wear, to be honest. I had to use Void. Karnak did okay in some fights, not all the fights. Killmonger was a bit hit and miss. I'd really recommend you use Nick Fury or Hitmonkey or Night Thrasher if you do have them. Those three are going to be great. Otherwise, I would just go for someone who can counter evade completely. So like Emma Frost or Profex or Apocalypse, someone like that. Really, I think the evade is more of a problem than the increased damage, so I don't think that's the problem. Anyway, so we are against this guy who looked like, this is why he looks like Spock, because he's super Skrull. This guy's a Cosmic, Fantastic Four, he is a villain, that's interesting. So let's see, he extends his buffs, he's got unblockable special, Faltering Mind. Falter effects last an additional second. Ionized armor. When the defender finishes a special attack, they gain an indefinite armor up. Okay, that's interesting. So that's not too bad. So let's have a look at this guy's abilities. While in Cosmic Energy Overload, he gains a power gain buff. That's fine. That's perfect for Doom. He's immune to shock and incinerate. That's not so great for Doom. Fury buffs also grant block penetration, armor buffs grant crit resistance. Hypnotic gaze, so after a cooldown of 25 seconds, he inflicts Falter on the opponent, which lasts for 1 second, causing attacks to miss. Falter is unpaused when he's struck, blocks an attack or misses. When the Falter expires, there's a 100% chance that it's replaced with an energy vulnerability debuff, reducing energy resistance. Every 1 second, Cosmic Energy, his next action creates a buff. Okay, so this is actually pretty good for Tigra. Landing a hit or striking a block converts to a Fury buff, so he's all about buffs, which is fantastic for us. Being struck by or blocking an attack converts to an armor up, and 5 of these buffs can be maintained at a time. Upon reaching his Cosmic Energy, None of this stuff seems to make sense. At 4 armor ups, he gains vigilance and can't miss. At 8 armor ups, he gains an unblockable. At 4 fury buffs, he gains an undermine, which makes granting unblockable to any hit which the opponent auto blocks. And over 8, Nova Fists, granting 100% chance to incinerate on all attacks for a lot of energy damage. The special one converts up to 5 fury buffs into armor buffs. Second hit can't miss or be auto blocked. SP2, 5 armor buffs into fury buffs, and each hit does incinerate. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I should probably use him to actually test out his specials, but what we're going to do is we're going to use Tigra. Now, Tigra is all about blocking buffs and rupture, so she should make this pretty damn easy. So now we're going to neutralize him, and we're going to throw a heavy, throw another heavy, try to check out what his SP1 looks like. Okay, so he just throws that big rock. And we're going to throw that SP1, but we have the falter on us. Okay. So let's try to use Doom. We might have to double back to Tigra. So it's weird. So he's kind of like Fantastic Four guy, but not quite. Now he is immune to shock, but we can still nullify the buffs, it seems. So that's not a problem. So we can actually use Doom, or I think I'll be able to come in here with Tigra and absolutely ruin this guy. But I just need to get used to his specials a little bit. So go through the FP2. We can also drain his power. So actually, yeah, Doom is pretty much the go-to for this guy. He's just going to absolutely destroy him. The only thing you're going to have to keep in mind is that the light, medium, heavy is not going to work because he's shock immune, so you're never going to get that passive shock. So you have to play a little bit better with the stuns, change that up, but you can definitely use the power gain. And also I've got some pretty high Mystic Dispersion. Whoa, that SP2 looks kind of cool. Also, he's got some pretty interesting Mystic. I've got some pretty high Mystic Dispersion, and he gets power gain, so it allows me to get into that rotation quite heavily. And because his special, his signature ability is power gain, that actually helps Doom because he steals that. So works out pretty well. The only thing we have to really watch out for was the falter that happens every now and then. So we're going to throw it here. We're going to throw the SP3 again. And yeah, once you get into rhythm with Doom, this guy is actually really not that bad. But I am going to try to come in back with Tigra and ruin him, because the fact of the matter is he gets so many buffs that I actually think Tigra is the answer. Problem is here I pushed him too far, and the falter triggered as he was on SP3. So that's the only other thing we gotta just watch out for. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die here, unless miraculously I can survive. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. That stun is so long. So let's try to finish him off with Killmonger. Don't like my chances, but he is under assassin range, so might be able to just get things done. Let's throw the rock. We'll evade that rock. We'll try to get to the SP2, so at least we have indestructible. Yep. Okay, that kind of worked out all right. Yeah. So he's actually not too bad. We might just throw a quick revive and just finish him off. He's not actually that bad. Doom is not a bad option against him. Probably probably an easier way to counter him than Tigra. Tigra does need pretty high skill level, but I think I am gonna later on in the month I'm gonna figure out how to do it with Tigra and show you guys how. So let me work on that. But as you can see, with Doom, this guy is not so bad. I would assume Symbiote Supreme would be fantastic for this fight as well. He'd be amazing because he would just take all those buffs because he's always gaining fury and armor ups and stuff like that. So good counters would be Doom, Dr. Voodoo, Symbiote Supreme, or Tigra. So yeah, hopefully this helped you out, guys. If it did, like, subscribe, share it with your team, share it with your alliance, and I'll see you later on. Kakitiano, boys and girls.